I will be looking at chat constantly, so it's not like it's going to be a issue, if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm actually streaming. Alright, there we go. I think I figured it out.
I'm just a kid.
Movies. A magnificent visual art form that can show the riveting story of one's life or journey. They can display the harshness of someone's struggles and the beauty of someone's rise, conveying emotions that whenever I see them on screen, I can't help but feel the same way the character is feeling on screen. Not only that, they can introduce you to a new world that is entirely detached from our reality that I'm almost always engulfed in. I think that's a beautiful wonder about movies. They can spark out emotions from me that I just can't get from any other media. But what kind of deep emotions does movies like this spark for me? Of course, just like with everything else in existence, there's a not so good counterpart to movies. And these counterparts could be found way easier nowadays since most blockbusters nowadays aren't really that good anymore. Like y'all making so many superhero movies nowadays, when are you guys gonna make the Black Bomber superhero movie? I need that. I'll see that in theaters 3 times in a row. Y'all show my boy no respect, and yet y'all gonna produce the 18th billionth Fast and Furious movie. Ain't nobody wanna see that? And streaming services be producing half the slop we be consuming nowadays. You can find many of them on Netflix. There's a ton of banger movies on there. But after seeing it on TikTok from time and time again, it seems like there's a streaming service that is a gold mine for not only B movies, but low quality looking, $50 budget, filmed on a Motorola looking ass movies. Tubi. And when finding this out, my curiosity got the best of me. I needed to see this. And when I checked it out, I was not only amazed, but I was perplexed on how amazing these movies are. Some of these movies will make Martin Scorsese reconsider what true cinema is.
And this bitch is sitting on my living room couch. You the only one with a key.
What are you talking about?
Tiffany the doll.
Boy, I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't been there in a week.
Where the fuck did she go?
Tubi, if you ain't know, is a streaming service like the others, but unlike them, out of their original catalog, they have great works of arts like Bad Cat, Mary Finger Kill, and Shark Side of the Moon. You know, absolute classics that everybody knows. But outside the originals they produce, Tubi also has a big catalog of B movies. Not the jazz one, but low budget and indie movies. It has a whole bunch of films made by everyday people like you and me, since anybody can make a movie nowadays. If you got a camera, you can make a movie. The thing is, a lot of these films don't look the best, or sound the best, or even make sense half the time, but that's okay. These people made and created a movie that they're so proud of that they released it to the public for all of us to watch. There's no better accomplishment than that. I'll be talking about one movie today, and that movie is titled Love Beat the Hell Out of Me. And today, I'll be going through and over these movies, just so you guys can see a glimpse of what I saw of what Tubi has to offer. By the way, this ain't sponsored by Tubi. They ain't paying me jack to do this. But if a Tubi exec is watching this, my pockets are open. Just like how my pockets are open for today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game that was ever made in the history of mankind. Play more than 2,000 tanks,
planes, helicopters, and ships in dynamic, combined armed PvP battles. Every vehicle is incredibly detailed and modeled down to their individual components, offering a highly immersive combat experience. And if you're a warhead wanting to play this game, you're in luck. The vehicles in War Thunder span more than 100 years in development, from the 1920s to the present day. And it has an in-depth customization for vehicles, apply hundreds of different camouflages, place historical markings anywhere on your machines, as well as 3D decorators such as bushes and equipment. My favorite kind of tank in the game is this one right here. So what you waiting for? Download War Thunder now. It's free. Whether you got a PC, PlayStation, or Xbox, you can get it. Use my link in the description and download it now. All right, let's get this started. I gotta go to my BBL appointment.
Chaos isn't music to anybody's ears. Azure brings everything into one clean view, so you can finally hear yourself think. Did I feed the dog cat food?
Every legend starts somewhere. Not in the spotlight, but in the work. One swing, one pitch, one moment at a time. It starts here. Bus rides, long games, late nights. Dialing in your swing, leveling up your look. Chasing your first, hey, that kid's special. Then, it clicks.
So the movie I'll be talking about is Love Beat the Hell Out of Me. Now, I'm not sure this movie is trying to be a sequel or a remake to the 2000 movie with the same title starring the original War Machine, but honestly, my research ended there. I ain't watching both movies. The movie starts off with the beautifully done studio logos and title card with some MF Doom song playing in the background. I don't know, I've only heard them from TikTok. And right at the start, we get introduced to our two main characters doing it. Okay, why start off a movie with a sex scene? Why? You instantly make it awkward when I'm with my family. Anyways, our two characters, Renee and Antonio, are happily married. They got a kid and they're doing fine, I guess. Then we cut to Antonio's job at his office and he already acting like a demon. His boss then enters and introduces him to the new hire, Rhonda, and you can already see mad romantical tension between them. You can cut it with a sword or tortilla. It was that obvious. Next scene, we are at a school with Renee dropping off her son to and in his classroom. There she meets her son's new teacher, and the dude is buff like a Samoan. By the end of their combo, you can see even more romantical tension in the air. We've seen so much lustful tension with these two, and it was never with each other. She then leaves because she ain't trying to act up, you know. Next, we're at a studio, hearing one of the best songs ever recorded.
Sitting in my crib, trying to get blown. Niggas need to understand my shit just flows. Like the breeze off the fucking lake. I got this dope shit uncut, make your ass lose.
So this dude is Renee's brother, and apparently this is Antonio's studio. And they're all part of this music group. I forgot what it's called. And Antonio invited some fine singers to help him record a song. Renee's brother and Antonio start hollering at these girls, and all of a sudden, this dude becomes a comedian.
No, he didn't call himself T-Slick. For real? This candy man looking goofy.
Yeah, say my name. You guys want to fucking watch for that.
Yeah, how dare you sabotage me in front of these ladies when your sister is literally my wife. But they kiss and make up at the end, so it's all cool. Then we teleport to this long salon scene where Renee works at, and all the girls there are roasting each other, talking about their kids and that new teacher Renee met today. Her salon buddies egg her, trying to get the deets out of her, but she shows off her wedding ring, announcing her loyalty to Antonio. How sweet. Alright, not gonna lie, first third of this movie is kinda slow. There's a lot of small talk, like Antonio telling Ray about the new hire and one of Ray's grown-ass friends trying to flirt with a kid in a chicken shop.
Hey, you can go home with me, fool.
It ain't until we back at Antonio's office and Rhonda call him for some assistance. Antonio heads over to her office and then his boss is looking for him. boss and secretary go to Rhonda's office to tell Antonio the good news, only to walk in on him giving Rhonda back shots.
Are you freaking kidding me?
They fired on the spot and Rhonda's laughing like she an anime villain. I don't know what the hell that's about. We then cut to Renee bro showing up to that house and he trying to tell her the bad news about her husband Antonio. I have no idea how he knows, but like, just deal with it. But then he does one of those long build-up explanations. Instead of just saying what the husband did, just say he cheated.
Your husband ain't the man you think he is.
Then Antonio walks in last second, right before an actual explanation, of course. I hate when characters do that in movies. Just spit it out! Spit it out already! Then we cut to Renee visiting Antonio's old job because she just wanted to see her husband, being a working and strong man. Only to find out this man hasn't been working there for 2 weeks. She obviously mad, but then the boss tells her the real reason why he got fired. Then she gets even more mad.
You been shameless. Renee, you, the job of everybody that work up in here, don't know the ass secretary. Renee.
We then cut to Antonio making music with that singer he met earlier. Then they start I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. My guy really said, I already cheated once, might as well do it again. Then Renee finally confronts him about his cheating, his job, and she is tired of his dishonesty.
You need to calm down. Stop telling me to calm down.
This man just starts going Chris Brown on her and starts chasing her with a gun like he John Wick in the most intense chase scene I've ever seen in a movie.
I vape, but I don't like need to vape, you know? I only do it when my friends do it, or on the weekends, but never in school. I mean, usually. Unless I'm really craving it. And I only have like one vape, plus one in my nightstand. And I think there might be one in my locker. I don't know.
I can't believe it.
She falls and he brings her back home and threatens her saying, you better not leave me or I'm gonna go crazy. And he's also a crackhead now, I guess. Next scene, her brother show up and sees her face. Super worried, he asks, who did this? And she's like, Antonio, but we're not together no more, so there's nothing to worry about. But he wasn't having it, and he was gonna deal with it on his own. Bro waits for Antonio to pull up out of his car to drive by his ass.
Hey, Antonio, you think I'm my sister?
And in Antonio's dying breath, he licks his lips and then dies again. Can't be seen having chapped lips around the hose. Then we cut to his funeral, which is mad empty. Not even his son showed up. Nobody liked this nigga, I guess. And Renee crying like he ain't just beat her ass 5 minutes ago. What did I do? Renee then goes to see Antonio's mother. When after seeing Renee's scars, she said she always feared this would happen to her. Turns out Tony's father was also a cheater and a beater. And Antonio got his bad habits from his daddy. She begs for Renee to leave Antonio, but Renee says she can't leave him because he threatened her. But he was just at his funeral. He dead now. What are you gonna do? Slap you from the grave? Like, that's just ridiculous. Tony's mom then recommends her to at least leave the house while he's still there. And then she proceeds to think about her son's teacher that she spoke to for like 30 seconds. I didn't know you guys had that kind of relationship already. Anyways, we go to the next scene at night to the singer girl appearing to be catcalled by some random homeless dude. Only for him to be Antonio? I thought this man was dead. What the hell he doing back? First time I saw this scene, I thought it was a flashback or something. But nah, he's alive. He's alive. So what was that funeral about? Some Mr. Robot dream sequence or some shit? How is he not dead? I mean, from what I found out later on in the movie, he ain't from Wizards of Waverly Place. So how he came back to life? In the movie, never explains this. He's just alive again and homeless now. My personal theory is that he has the same powers of Kenny from South Park, but that's just me. Anyways, he confronts the girl about her not answering his calls, but she ain't having it with his drug problems because he's a junkie now, I guess. He gets mad and is about to smack her, but then she pulls out the blicky on him.
Miko.
He slowly backs away from her and then notices someone he knows in the alleyway.
Hey, I know you. I know you.
What do you want, man?
It's his dealer and he begging for more compound beef, but he got no money. So he offers to do whatever she wants. They walk away together and we transition to a montage of Renee becoming a stronger woman who don't need no man. We then cut to her packing her bags to move out, and while packing, Renee's friend frantically comes in the room.
Renee, the phone call. We need to go get Antonio now. Get him for what? I said we need to go get Antonio.
And she does one of those things where she don't explain why she has to do it. She just says, there's no time. Like, nah, you gotta explain why I need to save my abusive husband, cause I will never be in the mood for that. Renee eventually agrees to go, and as they looking around for him, they pull up to a trap house, and then her friend like, nah, let's just get out of here and call the police. This place ain't safe. But Renee's like, nah, he my husband. Nigga, you leaving him. Both of them go inside and Renee's friend starts tripping for good reason, saying again, this ain't safe because there's literal junkies walking around, and why we doing all this for him? Him! Then Renee says,
Look, I just need to know. I just need to know what he's been up to.
know what? He had a crack house. That's an obvious sign to know what he's been up to. Renee's friend is spitting wisdom while Renee herself is spitting dumbassery. Anyways, they find Tony and he acting like his usual self ever since he died.
Antonio! Damn!
Who the fuck out of my crib?
He start begging her to come back and Renee just staring at him for a little bit and she just says, let's get out of here. She's seen everything she needed to see. Then why the hell y'all here? What the hell you expect it to look like? To him to be the kingpin of the house? They leave and then he chases them and then we transition to a murder scene and it turns out Tony's drug dealer died of an overdose and they suspect her boyfriend of doing it. Now, they haven't even identified her body yet, so I don't know how they know she has a boyfriend. One of the cops walks outside because he keeps complaining about the stink of the body.
Damn! Please get that dead body out here.
He then sees a group of young African-American men hanging out minding their own business, and then the woman cop sees this and is like,
Man, I bet you $20 I see sold drugs to Tasha.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold it right there.
y'all just saw these random dudes and automatically assumed they did it? You didn't even question them or yourself. You just went after them without no evidence. Like,
I think Charlie and I will handle success very well.
Look how well we've handled failure.
You gotta save them, Charlie.
Merrily we roll along. Rated PG-13. Only in movie theaters starting December 5th.
Our brains are incredible, but memory can get complicated. That's why we created Nariva Memory 3D. It supports your short-term, long-term, and working memory. Take it from me. An elephant never forgets. Remember Nariva.
Damn! This movie's more realistic than I thought. But this one knows karate, so movie logic, I guess he did it. And that's the last we hear or see anything related to that, so what was the point? We cut to Antonio walk into Renee's house, begging some more, but Renee is really done with him this time. He tries to beat her ass again, but she's a strong, independent woman now, so the self-defense training came in clutch. She then tells him she going to church, so if he coming, he can come. He says, yes, I'll go anywhere with you, and enters the car with her, which I don't know how she comfortable with this man being in her car after he literally just tried to knock her out like he was Tyson. They enter the car together, and that's it. That's the end of the movie. That's it. Yep. But it has one of those, no, I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful as today. And then, so that automatically makes this one of the best movies I've ever watched. Now, what are my thoughts on this movie? I thought it was pretty gosh darn entertaining. Sure, it had its mishaps like having a slow first 20 minutes, but overall, I freaking loved it. And I'm never gonna judge the acting of these types of movies. I think that just comes with the Tubi package. But the writing in these movies always takes a turn in a direction that I'll never predict by the time I'm at the end of the movie. Like, who the hell this guy robbed? But I love movies like this. They're fun to watch, and I bet the people who are making it had fun making it too. Now, I'm not gonna fuck around and say this movie's amazing or anything, up there with the likes of Citizen Kane and Date Movie. But if you're looking for something stupid, fun, and entertaining to watch, I recommend this. Cause I think this movie encapsulates what Tubi movies are about. Ridiculous. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've been gone for God knows how long, but hopefully that won't happen again. Hopefully. But I still 100% definitely love all of you guys. I love you. I love you. Also, thank you War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Remember to click my link in the description to download the game for free on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. Thank you War Thunder for the sponsor so I can keep my lights on and not be homeless. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. And in conclusion, I love you.
And I'm back on my grind. As I give out my lifeline, in my lifetime.
I said, I don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion!
I don't like reality TV shows. Never been a fan of them. It always felt like nothing TV to me. Like I was getting absolutely nothing out of them. Like Plankton eating those holographic meals or just school. Every episode of any celebrity one is just them going on vacations and shopping with a hint of scripted drama. And they somehow stretch that out to 45 minutes with over 10 seasons. It's crazy to me why these shows have huge fan bases. Like, why does anyone watch Housewives shows? It's literally in the title that they do nothing. So why y'all watching it? But my parents eat these shows up, so I just gotta live with it. However, there is this one channel that produced reality TV content like no other channel. Reality TV that displayed the normal life, not the rich and famous. TV for the everyday person. That's right. I'm talking about HGTV. House Hunters and Property Brothers were my shows!
Introducing the Score Bet. For Sunday, Monday, or any day that ends in Y. We're with you every game day with all the promos and player props you need. New players get $100 in bonus bets if you win your first $10 bet. The Score Bet. Download now.
Oh, hi. Work here. I know I've been a little unreasonable. Okay, a lot unreasonable. Ugh, I'm so clingy. But I got some help from UKG, and I'm like AI smart now. I see our future so clearly. I'm here to grow with you. I even got you your favorite, Payday. Look at us. It just feels right.
And I guess TLC is there too. TLC, aka the Learning Channel. I don't know what people are learning from this channel, but the network most known for its popular TV shows, Sister Wives and Seeking Sister Wife and Gypsy Sisters, that they really like their sisters. They also do all these other shows you might have heard of. Now, if you haven't heard of TLC, and no, I'm not talking about the goats, let me give you some knowledge real quick. TLC is an American television channel founded by NASA! It was a network that started as an educational channel and then later evolved to Honey Boo Boo. It may be a reality TV network, but unlike your Housewives and Kardashians, they made reality shows on the weirdest people that you ain't even know existed.
Cute. This room is my quiet place. Every morning I have a ritual. I can come in here, I can talk to my raggities, I can tell them about my day.
They have a million shows like that because that's what this channel is. A blessing to the human race. And today I just wanted to talk about a handful of them that stand out to me, and also TLC as a network, because TLC is not like any other channel I've ever seen in my life, and I really want to talk about it. In 1972, during the Civil War or something, the Department of Health and Education, alongside NASA, founded what started as an instructional and informative channel that was distributed for free via satellite, televising programs that were meant for public schools and universities to show to their classes. So the NASA part was real. So we are to blame NASA for 1,000-pound sisters! Then in 1980, the Appalachian Community Network acquired the channel and renamed it to the Learning Channel, aka TLC. And then a bunch of boring stuff happened. Then in 1991, Discovery bought the network for $31 million. More money than you will ever see in your life. Not me though. I got paper. And the first thing Discovery did when acquiring TLC is set up a program for preschoolers called Ready, Set, Learn in 1992, where kids were taught many baby things, like the different races.
Today is Color Day, and today's special colors are black, B-L-A-C-K, and white, W-H-I-T-E. It's Color Day on TLC.
They also made a 50-episode documentary series about dinosaurs that lasted from 1994 to 97. They also made a show called Amazing Space, a documentary about constellations and planets and other planets and other... Mr. Duckworth. It wasn't until the mid-90s TLC would start to show glimpses of what they are known for today, with Trauma, Life in the ER. And of course that show was a success. And from 1998 on, TLC started to rebrand its image, making more reality-based shows like Life in the ER, because the ratings for stuff like dinosaurs wasn't looking tight. So with the success of shows like Trading Spaces, Junkyard Wars, A Wedding Story, and A Baby Story, this network found its cup of tea of what they wanted to make. Trash reality television. Good trash though. Not like Netflix TikTok reality show. Like, why does this exist? That's basically the history of TLC. Well, not really, but enough for you to fill in the blanks. I also got kind of bored with the research part because it was just educational stuff. What I really want to talk about are these weird-ass TV shows, which there's a lot of. From Little People Big World, a show about little people, living their life as little people, to Seven Little Johnstons. It looks like the same show. I particularly vibe with the wedding shows on this network. Maybe I'm looking at them with rose-tinted glasses, because I remember as a kid, I wasn't really the biggest fan of these shows, but now when I see clips of shows like Say Yes to the Dress, and especially 90 Day Fiancé, like, those clips be hilarious, man. This show has no need to be this funny.
Sorry. Take your ugly ass back outside. You ugly ass bitch. You Ninja Turtle Penguin Batman ass bitch.
My personal favorite out of these wedding shows though was called Four Weddings, a show where four soon-to-be brides... niggas are gonna think I'm gay, I swear. A show where four soon-to-be brides compete against each other on which of them have the better wedding, and they all rate each other's weddings, and whoever comes up with the highest score wins an all-expense-paid honeymoon. And the reason why I like this show is because the girls would be so petty when scoring each other's weddings. Like, they would purposely rate the other person's wedding a lower score just so they can win by finding faults in little things that don't even matter. Bro, they just being petty on this show. Like, these weddings look crazy. And I would know. My last job was as a wedding server. I've been to literally 70 plus weddings in the span of 4 months. I know what a good wedding looks like. But that's a story for another day. This show is dumb fun, and I loved it. TLC always pulling up with the consistent classics, like Extreme Couponing, another classic about people that are really into coupons to save that chicken. This show was super crazy. It had me on the edge of my seat every time they were at the checkout, scanning the coupons. And all the time they would get a huge discount, like paying only $10 for $500 worth of groceries, or even the store owing them money at the end.
Who goes for him? 4th down. Is he in? Is it a touchdown?
I think I have just the thing for you guys. Everyone knows the playoffs are the most emotional time of the year, and you can get in on the action on DraftKings.
New customers bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. The crown is yours.
Nuts.com is a snacking utopia. We have supplier relationships from all over the world. I actually don't speak a lot of other languages, but Gemini and Google Meet translates everything live. Just kind of breaks through all those barriers. It's just magical.
Shit was wild! When will there be coupons for gas stations? I need that in my life. I remember as a kid, I made a Groupon account after watching this show, because based on what I seen on the show, I could get not only free stuff, but free money too from Walmart. I did not have to do it illegally no more. This show back then was peak TLC for me way back. But with all these classics that TLC be producing, there's bound to be some misses. Most of their family shows kind of suck, like Unexpected, Rattled, Kate Plus 8, like those kind of shows, they suck. They're not interesting. Those Amish shows, which are the most boring boring reality TV shows ever. Like, they have no phones or computers. How do they live? And Toddlers and Tiaras, which is basically EDP's favorite show. Although, outside of those shows, I have yet to mention the best batch of shows that TLC has ever made. Shows that are so bingeable that could rival Game of Thrones or Jackie Chan Adventure. Yeah, I'm talking about the weird shows. My Strange Addiction, Extreme Cheapskates, Hoard and Buried Alive, and the God tier 600-pound Life. Ooh, baby, these shows are good. In a weird way. Like, when I turn on an episode of either of these shows, my initial thought is, I don't want to look at that. But then, I keep staring. Watching these shows is like seeing a terrible car accident in front of you. You can't help but just stare at it and think, aww. Glad that's not me. My 600-pound Life is an embodiment of that analogy I just made. If you don't know what this show is, it's a show where each episode focuses on a person that is like 500 plus pounds in their day-to-day life. Then Dr. Now tries to get them to lose their weight. Usually most of the people on this show have really sad backstories on why they're obese. Most are really sad, but some of them are like, hey, my name Aquarius. The reason why I'm so big is because my dog died when I was 4 years old. Then I ate a Popeye biscuit, and my life was never the same since. Most backstories are really sad though. Then in like the middle of the episode, when they meet Dr. Now, and he goes on talking about their problems like, okay, according to the blood test and my doctor research, you're super fat. No, these are your choices. Choice 1, you can exercise and diet to lose your weight. Choice 2, you can get liposuction and stay on a diet afterwards. Or, if you don't want to do any of those choices, you got choice 3. You're gonna fucking die! The choice is yours. And of course, they choose the option that doesn't kill them. That's basically every episode of 600-Pound Life. Some have happy endings, some have sad endings, but all of them are popcorn-worthy entertainment. I might be looking like a bad person by finding entertainment out of these people's misfortunes, but you guys are just as bad as me. I don't want to hear it. And although I have only love for My 600-Pound Life, to me it doesn't hold a candle to My Strange Addiction, Extreme Cheapskates, and Hoard and Buried.
Do you guys want music? I'll play.
Another morning walk.
With our mom's osteoporosis, I thought our days would be...
Why isn't this not going?